thisisfitworkouts.com. We have a specialty workout for you today. It's not even, well, it's a workout, but it's a little different. It's a fit test. This is a fantastic thing to do periodically because as you get stronger, obviously you can do exercises more easily, longer, more repetitions. So I have 5 exercises for you. The first 2 you're going to hold for as long as possible. Now these handy little Gym Boss timers will set to a stopwatch. So if you have one of these, set it to a stopwatch, you can click it on. First one's plank, you're going to hold plank, and as soon as you're finished you're going to click it off, you're going to write that down. I highly recommend that, otherwise you need to have your phone close to you or a clock that you can see or something. So the first 2 are holds for as long as possible. So the first one is a plank. The main thing here is to also write down the style of plank that you do so that you have something to compare it to next time. 2 choices to start. You can do regular plank, so you're holding the top of a push-up. You want a straight line from your heels to the top of your head. Pull your belly button in, tuck your tailbone just a little bit. I would rather have your hips be a little bit high rather than low. You can tell that this would be painful in the lower back, and it is. So straighten out and hold there. The other option would be on elbows, especially if that's painful for your wrists. I like to clasp my hands, and you're just going to hold as long as you can. Now, another nice variation is the hands and knees plank that we've done in the past. This is in my 8-minute abs beginner workout, if you want to check that out. Hands and knees, tuck your toes under, lift your knees 2 inches and hold. Again, pull your belly button in, make sure you're lifted and not sagging in the back, and just hold as long as you can. So, time yourself, write it down, and write down the style of plank that you do. Second exercise, we're going to go to the wall, is a wall sit. You don't need to use a stability ball for this, but I like to only because it's more gentle on the back. So I start with it low. Again, I click my timer on, and I lower down, knees at a 90-degree bend. You hold as long as possible. This gets painful very quickly. This is cheating because it actually takes a lot of pressure off the quads. This is where you want to be. You can distract yourself, listen to music, tell yourself a story, and I want you to hold as long as you can. And then you come out of that. I will post my times as well. Now the next 3 exercises are as many reps as possible. So you're going to do this, if you're a beginner, you're going to do 1 minute. If you're intermediate level, you're going to do 2 minutes. If you're advanced level and you're pretty strong, I want you to do 3 minutes. So for this first exercise, which is a bench squat or a bench squat jump, you're going to use a chair because I want you to make sure that you're touching for each squat. So you're going to set your timer for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, depending on your level, and you're going to do as many squats as you can, but you need to touch the bench. If that's too easy because that's high, then find a chair or a stool that's a little bit lower. If you're intermediate or advanced and you want a challenge, you're going to do as many squat jumps as you can, again, touching the chair between each one. So you need to write down how long you did it and how many reps you got in that time period, okay? So exercise 4 is the same way. It's a push-up. You're going to do push-ups, and again, you need to write down the style of push-up that you do. If it's on knees, if it's on toes, if you have a wide stance, close stance, that sort of thing. Again, beginners 1 minute, intermediate 2 minutes, advanced 3 minutes, which is wicked long. You can take breaks. You know, you might get up to 23 and go, oh my gosh, I need a 10-second break, and then come back in, and you'd be surprised. You can kind of add a few here and there toward the end. So you're going to aim for touching your chest to the floor. If you cannot touch your chest to the floor, you can incline, put your hands on something higher, write it down that you do that, because later you might not have to, and that's progress. Or you can fold up a towel or put something right here and aim for touching that. So maybe you put something that's 2 or 3 inches high, and then you are getting your chest pretty low. So again, how many you did, the style, and in how many minutes. Last exercise, same format, is burpees, and you're going to do burpees with or without the push-up. 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, same idea. Without the push-up, you jump back, jump in, and come up. with the push-up, you jump back, touch your chest to the floor, come in and jump. You can do the step back variation that we sometimes do in our previews for a modification and come up. That's perfectly fine. Write it down. So I want you to aim for doing this fit test sometime this week, and then you're going to be able to come back to it periodically. I will remind you to come back to it once in a while and test yourself again. You don't have to test yourself on all 5 every time. You can say, I think my core is getting stronger, let's try that plank. Okay, so that's your fit test. If you're willing, share your scores. It's really motivating for other people to see what other people can do. It's really motivating to see other people's progress. And it's really humbling and helpful for some of us to share, even if we can only do 4 push-ups. And other people go, okay, I'm not the only one. So whether you can do a few or a lot, it's really helpful to the group, to everyone, to be like, I'm not the only one struggling. Look at her progress. I can do the same thing if I keep working hard. So try the fit test, check in, share your scores if you're willing. You don't have to. And we'll check back soon.